Okay. Um, I gotta do it. I gotta thank God first, and be thankful that I didn't live my life like this bottom fears. Listen, they are awaiting these whole things to be done to me, and I'm just saying, first of all, thank you, God. My life is not like that. These people, I know they're not living the best life, right? I know that their life is not the life that I'm envious of, and they have the option to have a life that's worth being envious. But so I'm so thankful that this is the life they live. It's getting so bad that, I mean, the manipulation of my brain is just becoming more nonsensical than ever. You see these people struggling to try to make me accept, not even struggling, let me just say that again, because this is a word that's been manipulating me into saying. They are really trying to make sense and make it seem like I'm not being manipulated, rewired. It just becomes to the point where things doesn't even make logical sense, and it's just trying to make me identify, and they like keep telling me how they proved it. I'm like, you know how little it takes to show the fact that they use this previous type of torture. I mean, at this point, there's a whole bill I can bring up that shows that the people that are here proving happen to have a lot of pedophiles in these entities, and the bill is trying to limit the amount of child porn being trafficked using the Department of Defense computers and network. And they are here in people's brain, manipulate them in every possible ways, rewiring them and try to make you accept this false persona they've renowned to create. They can't even say a name of a pedophile that picked up kids as young as 14 years old. They say that in the most coy way, but they tell me I'm going to be burning in hell and tortured and everything else. I say, yes, I'll do that. I'll go through that, but you can't even say that name. It's like they're patting themselves in the back. Oh, we proved it so much. It's like, you sound idiotic. But I don't know what this is about. These governmental entities are running this program. If it comes to defamation, of course, if the governmental entity spends X amount of course. But it's really humiliating to see people to have to dumb themselves down. It gets so bad that I've been celibate for 5 months before August 19, 2019. The reason why I became celibate, I was able to become celibate, is because I was not trying to watch anything that would make me not celibate. So during these 5 months, I was watching a lot of wholesome things instead of anything that would turn things into something sexual. So I watched things with kids and the things that today I cannot watch because they will force me to get sexual stimulations, right? Showing the validation that, of course, there's been a change in me. Because today, even a glimpse of a baby becomes nasty and disgusting sexual stimulation, right? And at this point, what can they do? They have accepted that reality is no longer what they live in. They have to live in a distorted reality. And it's frustrating to them. I mean, not only you're renowned for being manipulative in these pedophilia ways, but you're also renowned for doing harmful things to some of the most vulnerable. It's pathetic, and it feels like desperate at this point. It's weird. Like, listen, when I mean desperate, I don't mean that things. I mean, whatever's going to happen to me is going to happen to me regardless. But it feels like it's a desperate try to make me accept these things. And they tell me how I'm going to lose my eye, I'm going to be tortured. It's like, yes, all that's going to happen, and you manipulate people in these pedophilia ways and create false persona. I'd rather lose my eyes than work for pedophiles. They torture even infants. The cowardly life they live is something they will forever, ever, ever be associated to. I'm so thankful to God. Like, at this point, they don't even want to be seen by me. It's just too much. Like, what are you going to try to present yourself? I'm fertile, this feminist. You are here frying women's genitals like it's nothing. You're mapping. I can say and national abuse and national defense. Hold on. And national, because it's quite a long thing. And National Defense Network Abuse Act. That alone can make somebody tearful in this program. Why? Because it's an actual bill that's attempting to limit the amount of child porn and police child porn being downloaded on DoD computers, on DoD computer network. And you know why? You know why this had to pass? You know why this thing had to be called out? It's because there was so much child porn being trafficked on those networks, on the computer network, that Child Protective Service actually ranked that network, the DoD computer network, as 19th out of 2,900. The real number is 2,891. For being the top tier in regard to trafficking child porn, the 2,891 are the network in the United States. This network of the DoD was 19th. And you have this trash that works in and out, day in and day out, to rewire the brain in every nasty ways to push somebody to lose their mind. Guess what? In the midst of them doing these whole things to me, no only I found out there's this bill that passed, there's this BuzzFeed article that comes out to calls out this like intelligence committee and pedophilia issues. It comes out with this mass shooting that just killed 18 people, which this man was being piped in voices that would call him a pedophile. Lost his mind, killed 18 people. A child actually died. A 9-year-old got shot in the legs, and there was a bunch of kids there. He's a target individual that they were trying to make him lose his mind. While these babies are getting shot at, this trash, this coward lowlife are sitting there somewhere, telling me how daring they are. The bottom feels I can't even say Roy Moore. And they are here trying to change reality. I'm like, listen, whatever's going to wait for me, God give me strength. Because it's going to be bad. Because you've been humiliated. But their comfort, the way they feel at peace in this retarded mind of theirs is the way I'm going to scream. Listen, my screams, my torture is not going to... I can be pissed on and shitted on every day. You'll still be out working. You still be a bottom feeder who have worked and done things to involve in a program that even torture babies. I don't... They tell me how at peace they are. Or things they say. I don't... When you see them, you see how uncomfortable they get. You see it. They're not at peace. They're saying it remotely, but you see them in person. I say 2 words, they start shaking, moving. You're gonna get raped. You're gonna, yeah, they're so at peace. I says I can say 19. You're gonna be raped. I was like, oh, you see, you're so at peace. You're so at peace that you somehow try to disorient me every time I bring up the reality of that 3-year-old, 4-year-old sexually tortured. Pedo. You're so at peace. Suffocating a 7-year-old. You'll watch. You're so at peace. They're so at peace. And the tone, sounds so like a tonality of somebody who's so at peace. So natural, so organically speaking like that. They are bottom feeders in every way. By the way, on top of that, try to play this femme fatale, feminist, liberal, progressive individual. Go get an abortion in Texas. So at peace. Once again, you winners. Now, so at peace that they keep telling me how I'm going to be sick and then you're going to be castrated. So yeah, because you're so at peace, right? The way they are even rewiring my memories before August 19, 2019, it seems like it's become to like the desperate side of things where they try to make me think of me not wanting to watch any sex. I'm watching this movie, this show, this amazing show, and there's a sex scene. I don't want to watch it because what's going to happen? And you hear the noise campaign of the So at Peace people. Because what's going to happen if when I'm watching this sex scene, they're going to stimulate me and start making me think of kids. Right? They have rewired me this way. Now, the way they're mapping this, and this is why they're So at Peace, is before August 19, 2019, like I said, 5 months celibacy. How did I do that? 5 months to me is a lot. Maybe some people have done years, not me. So how I did 5 months? It's because I stopped watching anything that had sexual or things that would make me feel sexual stimulation. So what was I watching to be celibate for 5 months? I would watch all the wholesome things you can imagine. Dogs running around, babies running, kids, little boys, little girls just laughing, the pleasure of like just innocence and pure, like things that will not make me think in a sexual way. You see how things have changed? And so they bring back a moment where I'm watching this show and there's some kind of something sexual happening. I move, first of all, I changed. I was like, I don't want to do that because what's going to happen is going to start making me think about sex and I'm going to lose my celibacy. And on top of that, I remember like there was people, I felt I was being watched. Like, hey, somebody was yelling, watch porn. I was like, I don't even watch, I didn't want to watch anything with adult, content, because I was able to be celibate for 5 months because I was not watching anything that can make me think in this way. The only thing I watched was something that was not gonna sexually stimulate me. And I loved that feeling. It was like one of the best feelings of my life is when I was celibate for those 5 months. I remember even laughing at myself, like sometimes like, it's been 5 months, like would I even be able to have sex at some point? It got so bad. Not bad in a bad way, but like I was so like not sexually like involved that I would like sometimes I wonder like would I ever have like can my private part even function for sex, or would it just be used to and so even that they try to rewire it to something else. It's so they've turned things, they have rewired reality in so many fashion. So yes, I was like so sexually inactive. And the reason why is because I watch things that will not make me sexually feel active. And they're trying to change right now by making me think going to the bathroom and doing the things they do to me today. Because when I use the restroom, even me holding my private part to pee, they try to create some kind of things that's sexual, that's toward children. So they're making me think before then, when I'm able to be me and pee in peace and be able to pee like a regular person, and be like, no, you see, when you're doing, that's when you're thinking about kids. This is retardation. These people have rewired reality in so many ways, but I'm glad they do that because that means that they are escaping reality themselves, which means reality is going to hit them. I would love to see these people because I see them like, it's like he's so like in every second, like I can imagine so much bad things happening to you just like that. And nothing can be making you having those bad things happen to you, but you're so vulnerable in a sense. And in my years here, man, people have died. People have killed themselves. Like all kind of things have happened to the people involved in this program. I don't even need to see them go through struggles. I can just look at you. Even having to cope with the reality every day, I'm sure you have to deal with it. You tell me you're at peace, but every time the reality is brought up, oh, you're going to struggle, you're going to die. Outside, you're going to be a bum. Wow, you're so at peace. You sound very at peace. So I remember somebody waking me up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, tell me how happy they were. I was like, yeah, okay. That's definitely a sign of somebody who's happy. They were bringing up everything that they can make me identify with this nasty manipulation. It's been, I can't even believe like how it's so hard to function. They brought back when I was going to the museum, somebody, and there was this like, I don't even know if they were like either late teen, young adult person, and the way they just try to find something to create something, some perception that's sexual. Some like I don't know, like I say, some late teen, young adults with like purple hair from Asia. They try to make me like, from Asia, sorry, from Asian descent, right? Try to make me see her in a sexual way by like, try to create some perception using her legs, that was somewhat muscular, and try to create some, like you can do that to babies. So it's like you see, it's like, no, you just can create this perception. And of course you can do that to this little ones. You're going to do that to this older, either late teen or young adult, whatever she is. That's what you're going to do. Whatever, there's so much, they've done so much to me that every day is like bringing out, is like, well, what they do is repurposing all the manipulations from the extreme to the least extreme. To the little babies. Matter of fact, 2 seconds ago, I don't know what I was watching. Some kid, some toddler was eating something. It was an ad. I can't even watch an ad because I'm scared to see a child, because what's gonna happen? They're gonna do this nasty stimulation. They start messing with me, and before I pressed my phone before even seeing the ad. I think I bumped my belt or something, and they started creating something sexual on this baby. Like later, after this, it is complete rewiring of the brain. Complete. It's completely falsifying reality. Now, I know that these people are gonna frame me, right? They try to make their frames be fierce. They talk about implanting child porn. They talk about having a child say I raped her. They talk about implanting guns, cocaine, I don't know what, drugs. And they're like, no, our rapes. You know how much testimonials of women there is of what they do to women? They still will try to present themselves as this I know this is a government-led program. You know what? I'm so thankful that this podcast, where this man called Robin Duncan and this other target individual got on the podcast, and they called out these tactics of these perps that try to present themselves as anything but this mass government running this program. Literally say, this guy thought it was like the 14-year-old next door doing that. Some other people thought it was this cult of some sort, or satanical cult doing this. I mean, the point is to try to make you think that it's anything by this mass government doing that. This trash out here, it's our money, it's going to be our rape. Now trash. This is the same money, the same rapes that is applied onto women and children. Sorry. Women, a lot of women, and it's been consistent, mention rape as one of the tactics they break them down. Matter of fact, this man on Robin Duncan and this other target visual mentioned the fact that when he interviewed a lot of women, they tend to call out the fact that they raped them. That some kind of sexual torture is applied. Literally, it's on a podcast, and he's literally say a lot of women have said that. Literally saying that. I mean, some of the things that it's just crazy. And you look at this trash, and they start playing with their hair, try to contour. It's like, what? These men who I don't know, who have interviewed thousands of target individuals, men, women, he said there's a lot of like testimonials of women saying that they're being raped, especially coming from women target individuals. Women target individuals, a lot of them are mentioning rape as one of the ways they're breaking them down. So these trash are involved in a program where rape is continuously used as a tool of torment. And they try to counter that's like, you're going to be raped a lot of times. Okay, well, God give me strength for all the rapes I'm going to go through. But I know you're a low-life work for program that torture and rape women a lot of times. Daily, nightly. So when I'm going to get raped and tortured, I know the people raping me, or people who made me, who are getting me raped, are involved in a program where they are raping these women on a daily, nightly basis till suicide. And still try to sound fierce. Fucking trash. How humiliating life is. Cowards. And guess what? How brave they're gonna be, they're gonna watch. Really trash us. In every way, there's been they're just bottom feeders that they gave a bone to. They just here. Yeah, it's your money. Go, girls. Get him, girls. And they're like, oh, we're gonna be raping you. We're gonna be rat our lives. Like, I'd rather rot in hell than die, than live life doing what they do. God, give me strength. Let me be strong, and give me strength in hell. But I'd rather die in that hell than live in this paradise, this trash house, trying to falsify. In every ways. Torturing children. When they say, you'll die for it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, should we listen to this child being suffocated in slow motion or what? These trash are bottom feeders. Now, I gotta remember, first of all, God, thank you for showing me what's going on here. And I've been validated to what nasty evilness they're involved into. And what is done, what they've done to not only men but women and children. The evilness is not only that they torture me. That's not even the most evil part. Is they torture children too. That's their evil. It's crazy. They tell me I'm going to be killing myself because they still have peace. I'm like, yes, I'm sure that I'll be tortured to that point. But please understand, I love myself. And guess what? I have a feeling there'll be women killing themselves. Weird, huh? So, the truth is, they are pushing target individual into suicide. Men, women have killed themselves. Some men kill themselves by killing others. While this trash tell me how I'm going to kill myself, she will not be close to me if I lose my mind and decide to kill myself by killing some trash. But she'll be watching. Then she'll die. Bottom feeders and low life. Target individuals stay strong. Death comes to all of us. For me, if I get to the point where I'm tortured to the point of killing myself, it's not me killing myself. I've been killed. I've been tortured to the point of killing myself. This is not suicide. It was a homicide, but it was done in the DOD way. So, for me, thank you, God, but give me strength. They've been too humiliated. There's too much, like, it's so freaking humiliating. It's too humiliating. I'm looking at my coworkers and they tell you deserve it. It's like, oh, so these kids don't deserve it, huh? We'll watch. I was like, yeah. And I hear this trash tell me, oh, as he's trying to explain to me, it's abuse. It's abuse. Like, really? And suffocating 7-year-old, what is it? Yet you're involved in this program doing that to babies. What are you discussing? You have children too. He has like a 3-year-old. This testimony of a 3-year-old being tortured. You know what? When I say 3-year-old, they manipulate me to have this pedophilia reaction, do something with my saliva or my tongue or something like that. Testimony of a 3-year-old in pain because they're doing something to that kid, that 3-year-old boy, sexually. What's that? That's just life. Trust you involved in that life. Oh, but you know what? The intellectualness that is shown to me when he talks about work is amazing. But you see this man just drop his intellect down immediately. You forget that he's a father. But it's okay. Opportunities are opportunities. Incentives are provided for them to make that, to them damn themselves down, and they're gonna try to cope in ways. But I refuse to let them live and enjoy this thing without really seeing themselves what they're part of. Because I'm not a father. But if I could imagine a child being tortured this way, and I look at trash like you who have children, how can you even like be okay to be involved in a program that does this to children? Like, why don't you just snap and start thinking about, what if my baby was being tortured this way? He has little kids. They torture little kids, babies. 3-year-old, literally, there's a testimony of a 3-year-old being tortured. You know what? How they try to contact? They try to bring up me as a middle schooler. Even having to exaggerate with that and say, nah, that's abuse, trash. Really, you who torture baby, involved in the program, even if they haven't had their hands on torture, like involve themselves in the torture of the children, they know that the reason why they torture me is because they're involved in a program where children are being tortured. So you think I'm going to let you escape and tell me that what I did as a child is abuse? When you're involved in a program that literally used the Department of Defense technology to even suffocate a 7-year-old child, that sexually torture a 3-year-old child, that make a 3-week-old so sick they think that the baby's going to die? You delusional trash. That's why you're out here trying to exaggerate what I did as a child, because you try to counter this. You see how much of a genius you are? What happened to that genius when you start thinking in this, in the way that it should be thought of? No, the incentives are too good. that you can block out the fact that this program that you're involved in is torturing babies. But the anger, oh, of a child in middle school doing something just impulsive and just the impulsiveness of a child that you even have to exaggerate to the point that you're even finding some other things to try to make yourself angry. Oh, it's abuse. Try to use those two things here for. Oh my gosh. They're here making kids gasp for air. It's crazy. They even tried to make me think. There was this Steve, like this like day morning show, talk show, and it was about like this older brother beating up his sister. And they would try to make me think that I was like the same thing. I'm like, what? You think this is what he was doing? No, I think he was punching her, hitting her, and doing things that were like really painful. I don't think he was using his two fingers to do this. Which, even when I do that to my forearm, they make me feel so sensitive on my skin. I don't know what's happening to my skin. I think the layers of my skin is somehow like eroding. I don't know, but I feel like extremely sensitive there. So when I do this, I feel like the sensitivity of that, and they make me feel like this is what the pain this kid was experiencing. No, it's like the pain I'm experiencing today because my skin is like melting off. Not even melting off, but like peeling off, it seems. To try to exaggerate, to make me think that that's the kind of pain this kid was going through. I'm feeling the pain. I just did this to myself. I feel right now the pain of it. Because what they